Conservation Commission meeting, June 26, 2024. Present are
Susan Tucker.
Carlos Adams, Select Board Representative.
Patty Gale, Planning and Zoning Assistant.
Jean Walker.
Jane Raymond.
Andrew Chaplin. David Neiman.
Okay, first on the agenda is map 3, lot 27, review of a proposed 2-lot subdivision, creating one new lot. The property is owned by Richard C. Lamb, Revocable Trust, Richard C. Lamb, and Escort trustee, and located at 192 Addison Road, Zone Agricultural. Do we have a presenter?
Yep.
Okay, do you want to come forward?
Sure. My name is Barbara Lamb. This is actually a personal project, but I'm also from Bedford Design Consultants, so handling both duties tonight. This is the parcel right here. The whole thing. There's currently a house on it right now. We're looking to subdivide off 2.03 acres over here. Does meet all the zoning requirements. So that's what we're looking to do there. There's no wetland impacts, no buffer impacts, wetland buffer impacts.
So merely a lot line adjustment. Won't create any.
This is a
So-
new lot.
A new
I'm
lot.
sorry.
New lot.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
I'm
New
sorry,
lot,
2-lot
right here.
subdivision.
Yep,
Um,
yep, the lot line will be right here,
Yeah,
straight down the middle here.
And Barbara, you're proposing to put like placards at the buffer?
That was one of the questions too, the placards. I know on the existing house, the buffer lines actually goes across the front lawn. So where do you prefer to see those signs put up instead of?
And you know how you like to have the no cut in the buffer, no cut disturbance?
Yeah.
They were being proactive and looking into that already.
Yeah. So we wanted to make sure we placed them in the right, because we know, they need to be on the buffer line, but just because this is the tree line right here, and this is actually the front lawn, so that buffer line actually cuts across the front lawn. So where should we put those signs, basically, for that, just that area? The other ones are easy, because it's in,
The house is
the
already
tree.
there.
This
And this
is a
is-
new lot.
Yeah.
What do you think, Carlos? Do you have a recommendation?
so it's not going to create a lot that will have any impacts on
No.
the Wetland Conservation
No.
District.
No. No.
And it's an existing home,
Yep, existing home is right here. Yep,
and we
this
have
is-
a site for the proposed.
Yep.
the
We're
4
working on plans for that right
okay,
now.
in 4K area.
Yep, we have a 4K area here. We also have the
Well
80 by
radius.
100 building rectangle and then the well radius
Okay.
down here. So we have all 3 pieces in there. But yeah, no wetland impacts, no wetland buffer impacts.
Jane's got her hand up. Jane.
Question?
Yes, go ahead.
How old is this, when was this house?
2008.
So was the
existing.
wetland buffer, was the buffer there in 2008?
Yes.
Approximately, yes. We did reflag the wetlands back a few months ago, so those have been
But, so
updated.
this lawn,
Yep, that lawn's always been there.
but how long ago was always? 2008?
Yeah.
So there was an encroachment on that buffer line then, when they
No.
put in the lawn?
Well, no, that I think that was already there as far as I know.
So I can kind of explain. So they did a subdivision back in 2008, and this was the main lot that was, they kept existing. They had a larger parcel, and they subdivided off on
Okay.
3 lots or 2
Yeah,
lots?
we.
Okay, but is this house 2008?
Was built in 2008.
Okay, so this wetland buffer line
Yep.
that goes across the lawn
Mm-hmm.
was there in 2008?
Approximately, yes.
But that's fine, as long as the structure's not in it. The buffer can go across the,
Okay, but you're asking, should it be marked? And how should it be marked across the lawn? And I guess if it were my house, I really wouldn't want a bunch of signs that said, don't cut the trees here if it's a lawn.
I mean, because we'll
Well-
have the signs along, obviously, the stuff in the, the wooded area.
But I'm just trying to clarify that
I
this
think
wasn't
for
done.
practical purposes, the purpose of the placards is to identify somebody that there is in fact a resource there they need to be aware of.
Okay,
As far as I'm concerned, if you can look across the lawn, see from this placard to that placard, that's all I need. I don't need a whole bunch of them. So if we're talking about what are we doing in the area of the lawn,
I don't think you do anything, there's no trees to worry
No.
about.
no.
No,
And I think they got approval to have them the way they had them previously. I mean, that was all part of their subdivision approval.
Just trying to answer the question.
Okay.
Right. So we're saying that they don't need to put any placards on their
On the lawn.
Right.
on their lawn.
So
I
that's-
need to be.
wouldn't think so.
Nope.
I wouldn't
I
think
would-
so
I wouldn't
either.
expect it
I don't
to.
think we've asked anybody to put
No,
any.
who would want to look at those?
No.
And the
They'd get
scallop-
taken down anyway.
And how long would it be, how long would it be before the mower ran them over?
Right.
The scallop line is a tree line on the,
Right.
anyway,
Yeah.
Right.
so we're really just talking about a little corner.
It's just a
Right.
little, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a tiny area.
Right.
It'd probably only be one sign.
So maybe you recommend as they're shown on the plan in the back?
Mm-hmm.
Does
Yeah.
the- Does conservation support that? Is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the other question I have is the proposed driveway, is that pretty level there?
That area, yes. And we have, one of our engineers right now is working on grading that, doing some drainage on it, so he's working on that,
Okay.
basically as we speak. That's what-
And it's
but
really
that
not-
area is pretty flat.
I mean, it's not a conservation issue per se, but somebody at the town's gonna have to give you a permit for the driveway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anything else?
That's not this, that's why I'm confused. I'm good, thank you.
Anyone else have any comments, questions, concerns? Okay,
So I would ask you guys to make a motion
Motion.
to forward some specific comments to the planning board, and it's the,
I would make a motion that the proposed subdivision, it's a subdivision.
is a subdivision.
Include placards marking the wetland buffer on both the old lot and the new lot.
but you, as shown on the plan?
As shown on the plan, yep. And I don't think we have anything else.
See anything?
Okay, so Jay made the motion.
I did.
We need a second.
I'll second.
Susan second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Okay.
That was quick.
Is this,
Next is map
that's
6,
this
lot,
one.
map 6, lot 55-4 and 55-6. A review of a proposed lot line adjustment between two lots. No new lot will be created. The property is located at 132 Terrell Hill Road, lot 55-4, 110 Terrell Hill Road, lot 55-6. Owners, the Shadgrash Family Revocable Trust, 55-6, Jonathan Locker and Locker Family Revocable Trust, 55-4, zoned agricultural. And this one is, I could show, yeah, that.
This is one that we're gonna review, like staff review.
The house needs to be,
So I colored it to make it show you understand what they were doing. Is, I believe the Lockers surveyed their property and found out their house was actually on the other lot.
It's crazy.
That
And so they
happens.
approached the Soderquist and asked them if they'd be willing to do a lot line adjustment to bring their house onto their own lot and make it conforming. So you're seeing, the pink line is the way the lot is, the orange is the house, and then the yellow is the proposed lot, new lot line. And it's just, brings the house onto it, meets the setbacks.
But they're giving up this little
Correct.
piece
Yeah,
over
and
here.
then- Yeah, so they give up this piece and the
Trading.
lock, and the Soderquist gain this area.
Okay.
And they're agreeable to the adjustment?
Yeah, it's almost
Yeah.
similar in size. And there is like a lot of wetlands, but the houses are already there. The sole purpose is to put the house on its own lot. And this has happened in the past.
Yeah.
I mean, because we didn't start requiring certified foundations until 1994.
Mhm.
And every now and then, someone comes in and goes, part of my house is on my neighbor's lot. And go see this. It happened on Magnolia Drive one time when they were building a house. And that's when we started requiring the certified foundations because of that.
Yeah, and the
So-
wet, and the wet is the same, not gonna make any difference. because
Yeah, you already have the driveways, you
it's
have
there
everything
already.
there.
Yeah.
And the house for the Soderquist is down here, they're not up here. And,
So this isn't affecting them at all, really?
No.
No,
No, and when they got approached, they came in, and it just, it makes sense.
It's
And it's
mainly
like
to-
almost, you look at it, probably it's like almost an even trade, and it gives them, it didn't change the frontage either. That was why it kind of,
Mhm.
because they had, they want to change the frontage. So that's the intent of this lot line adjustment.
any questions?
That
on it?
happened at my home on Elm Street, when my neighbors had a pool that was over the
Oh, I
line.
remember that.
Yeah, and I had already drawn up a lot line adjustment, which would have brought it onto their lot, but before I could do anything, the excavator was there filling in the pool.
Okay.
Okay, I tried to be neighborly.
And and even
remember
before
that.
GIS, this was
Yeah.
It's the
happening.
house in front.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So do we have any questions on this? Okay.
It seems pretty cut and
It
dry.
does seem
Yeah.
pretty kind of.
Do we have to have a motion?
We do
To, like, make a recommendation
make a recommendation.
to planning.
I'll make a motion that we recommend this lot line adjustment to the planning board.
You have a second on that?
I'll second that motion.
Thank you. All
See,
those
I
in-
knew there was a lot line adjustment on here, I was just a little dyslexic when I was looking at the,
Which one was it? Yeah. Sure.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? Okay. Now, we're back to corrections and acceptance of the minutes from May 22nd. Does anybody have corrections? or-
I don't have any corrections. Were you there at the meeting?
I wasn't there, so.
I think it's just the two of us.
I wasn't there either, but I did note that you were there twice.
I was?
Apparently
How'd I
you're
miss that?
In the list of attendees.
There
So
was
we
two
have a
Andrew
motion to
Chapman. They
accept the
cloned me
minutes?
that day.
Yeah, I'm
Has
impressed.
to be two. Want to make a
busy
motion
looking
to
at
accept the
it.
minutes?
Yes,
saw the
I'll
first
make a
name
motion,
listed.
we accept the minutes as written, as written.
Okay,
Yeah, I'll second that.
You
Except
don't
I was
get-
there once.
Andrew, you don't get any credit for that, you still got to show up next month.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining?
Abstain.
Abstain.
And you were in favor, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I'll be going over some of these. We had a shoreline permit with impact with the dock on 250 shoreline buffer on Black Brook Road.
The dock,
Yeah, the first part, yeah, I seen you meant for a dock.
that's a dock?
Which one is
What are you
this?
talking about?
I know, I'm talking, starting Black Brook Road first.
Oh, I thought you were the one that's possible wetlands.
What about what
That's
about,
not a dock, it's a deck.
The deck, for a deck on that, for a
which,
single family on Black Brook. They had the
That was this one.
wetlands violation of
Oh,
113 East Dunbarton.
yeah,
Map 9. And we have someone here, Jacqueline Cohen, who was, like to be interested in joining our commission. Would you like to speak or probably not?
I'm Jackie Cohn. I am part of the SORLAC, San-Sahigan River Local Advisory Committee. I am a STEAM coordinator at the Boys and Girls Club in Milford. I have started a sustainability club there, and I want to get more involved in Goffstown because I live here. So
Okay, thank you.
So,
Welcome.
Thank you.
we need a motion on that
Yes, to recommend to the
Recommend
board, the select board.
and a vote to accept, yeah. And
So
we
this would
need
be an alternate member, or are we still one short on a full commission?
It would be
to
alternate.
Be an alternate.
Okay.
Oh, did Billy, is Billy gone?
Billy was an alternate.
Well, this will be an alternate right now.
Oh, okay, he wasn't.
He was alternate.
So do we have a motion to,
Yeah, I will make the motion in just a second, but just, I'm just curious, just know more about your background, just the reasons of what sorts of knowledge we could tap into.
Yeah, I'm currently attending school for secondary biological education, and I have plans to further my education in ecology. Yeah, I just have. What really sparked it is my concern of the environment, how it's affecting the public, and what I can do to help with that, how it's affecting the wildlife too. And
And where are you going to school?
Western Governors University, right now it's online. I have a busy life, I have a 3-year-old at home, and I work full-time, so it has to be online,
so, David, did you make a motion?
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion that we recommend to the select board that they
You need a second on
appoint her
that?
as an alternate member.
Jane? Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposing? Abstaining?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We welcome you.
Okay.
So she has to
In your fields?
go up to the selectmen, right?
No,
I don't know.
She's gonna
So-
be in by the selectmen.
We'll send to the select board, you the recommendation, and it goes before them. I don't think she doesn't need to go to the select board meeting.
No.
And then usually they formally vote to do it, and then the papers will get drawn up to appoint you,
Yeah.
and we'll have you come into the town clerk, or if you came in at like when Joanne Duffy can always also swear in someone at a planning board meeting, but if you can get in during the day, they'll have you sworn in.
Okay.
Or actually even at the meeting, because Carl's
Yep,
can
right.
do it, because he's
Yep.
a select board, so you can actually do it at your next conservation meeting.
Okay. Sounds
Okay,
good.
and I'll get in touch with you.
All right, perfect.
Very good, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Backing up a bit for that letter regarding possible wetlands violation, do we have a copy of that letter? What's the information on that? That it's like this
A
big notice
violation
and then
on
there's nothing to see?
On one, it doesn't say a lot, but we initiated it.
Well, what is the violation? The possible violation? What's the nature of it? What is it?
I don't know if you can explain.
Okay, someone came to my house and said they knew there was being a violation there, it was being filled, and they wanted to know what the procedure was. I came, it happened to be the same night as our meeting. I came in and we talked about it, and we initiated the fact that it needed to be checked on.
So that was at the last meeting?
That's kind of how,
All right, that's
So
why
what
nobody
what
else
is
was
the,
asking the
what
question.
does the DES letter say? How many square feet?
I don't think it was brought up.
that's in here.
Yeah. It doesn't really say anything.
Well, it must- it
No.
must say
It just says we're responding to a possible wetlands violation.
But the nature was filling of wetlands.
Yeah,
And it doesn't list the square feet of the impact?
I think they were letting them know they were going to look at it.
Oh, okay.
It was just, they
Okay.
received a
Yeah.
complaint from us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That possibly there was
We'll
one.
investigate and get back to you.
Yeah.
And
then
it
we
just
haven't done any
happens to be
follow-up.
the lot next to this lot.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, so it could be like they're seeing this
Right.
lot.
Right. Well, after they do their investigation, then we'll know the extent of the.
Yeah, you will
the
get
violation.
another.
Yeah.
The other one that was applying for the wetlands permit for the deck, that one's been approved. They're not in our buffer, but they were in the 250 foot buffer of Black Brook. So that one wasn't a violation or anything, they just applied for their impacts to Black Brook, which is a deck.
And that's all it says, is that they're checking on this.
Possible violation. It just happens to be the lot next to this other one.
Yeah, so it's confusing because you have two properties.
Because
One's
this
theirs, one's
lot, this one, map 9, lot 73, is completely clear cut now. It was a forest, and it's completely clear cut. And if you look at the photos that are in here, this was once some sort of a structure. This shed, chicken shack thing is right next to the brook, but it says in the notes in here, they're gonna remove it by hand. But it's completely deforested. So someone may have
Seeing that,
seen that and thought there was some, I mean, I don't know what they saw.
Well, if there was any filling of wetland being done, and if that filling was being done before the application went in, then it would still be a violation.
So the one that you have is also one that did a subdivision, a lot line adjustment subdivision. It was Rob Steris's property. So that went through planning board approval and then they went through all their permitting. And I don't know why, how, the deck is just in the, near Black Brook in that
Yeah.
buffer.
Right.
could be the,
But they have all their wetlands permits for what they were doing already.
Yeah.
okay, did you want, Mike's not going to need money for Damascus,
Oh,
for the milfoil?
he doesn't know.
He doesn't know.
So, yeah, so Nemaski Lake may not need, other than the funding that they committed to, which was just under $2,000. Amy Smagula from New Hampshire DS is gonna go out and look at it again later in the year, but it looks like they have no milfoil from what she's seen.
Yeah,
That
Good.
it has to be treated, but she has to look again, like, what is it, towards the fall?
Fall, she said, yeah.
So, that huge $25,000 request may go to 2,000.
Yeah,
It's just under it. So whatever he committed to get the survey done, which we still would be half of, so.
is that part of this copy of our operating budget?
Our operating budget is just the operating budget's an email that came in that I responded to when I put Gina on and
Yeah.
Derek and Danielle, so they knew
He came in,
this week.
she just came in.
Okay.
But yeah, so the board already voted how much to allocate, and
Mm-hmm.
he's letting us know they're not gonna need that much.
Okay.
They have been asking for like 23,000 the first
They-
time around,
25, and we
And
voted for
said
8.
so we voted for 8.
It was
Right.
8 or
And
8,500,
now
I
it's,
can't
they're
remember.
talking, it's around 2,
Round 2.
so.
Do you know, how much did we spend last year on milfoil?
Again, they returned their money, and we only did,
We didn't do Glen Lake, right?
Glen Lake had a little bit done to it, because she went upstream. But the amount, I don't, off the top of my head, I don't know. But
Was it
wasn't-
more
and
than
it-
$2,000?
Yeah, it was more last year that she did, but
Yeah.
then still, it's been going down.
Okay. I'm just concerned with when the budget committee and capital improvements and those groups look at our budget and they see that we asked for 8,000 and we only spent 2, and then the year before we asked for 10,000 and we only spent 3,800, they keep taking away in our budget.
I don't, well, they're not, they look at the budget as a whole, because it's all in one, it's part of the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they looked at the trend of how much we spend, not just milfoil.
Yeah.
And then that's why it got decreased, but it didn't change, the proposed didn't change from.
Okay.
the-
All right.
It was still the same as when they decreased
Because
it.
we
That's
spent
why
a
a
lot
point I made a
of
couple of
before.
meetings ago, which I think absolutely should be followed through on, is that we should not have it lumped together in the Conservation Commission budget. It should be 2 line items. The Conservation Commission budget, and then there's a milfoil budget. Because the milfoil thing is too variable, it's gonna lead to too much confusion, we're gonna have these endless
I
discussions.
mean, I can ask,
I mean,
Finance to do
you
that.
gotta stop putting it in that bucket, it doesn't make sense to do that.
and I think they did it that way because initially we were spending more than we were supposed to for
But
milfoil.
they should be able to break it out as a specific line item, for sure.
We were spending a
Yeah,
lot.
it's just a point of confusion that doesn't need to exist.
And it helps us track it.
Exactly. How can we, helps to better track the trends, what's
Yeah.
going on. I mean,
Yeah.
is the Maskey getting cleaner? Is there less of a,
Okay,
what's going on?
David, do you have anything?
Uh,
Patty, are we supposed to?
no, it went, well, Well, obviously I was
Yeah,
on last
Hannah's.
month.
They belong to the board.
We had gotten together a couple of times in town office and gathered a lot of the data on the South Mountain. And we made, with the 2 sessions that we had, we made a huge amount of progress. Got through the overwhelming majority of it. I think just need to go back one more time to get the last small clump, and this will be the shortest session of all the previous ones. Probably with 2 people, it should take an hour or less, so.
When do you want to do that?
I'm pretty flexible. Most weekdays are good.
Well, I will volunteer to do it, but we have to have a room, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Can we just have that, what was
it
the,
was a conference
Yeah.
room, that's
The
what we
conference
used,
room.
with the conference table, made it very convenient.
next week might not be a good week.
That's fine.
Well, yeah,
Well, it's,
makes sense.
4th of July.
Yeah, holiday, probably not good for the town staff either.
all right, but.
I'm gone the 4th through the 12th.
Okay, so what
After the
about,
12th.
what if we did sometime in the middle of July?
That should be fine.
How about the 10th?
But she's not-
Patty's not gonna be
Oh,
here.
Patty's not here.
I'm
I
sorry.
mean, you have Scott, I don't know if Scott's
Yeah.
here.
Right.
I'm thinking like the 16th or the 17th, what's on the 17th? Yeah,
On Monday, the 15th.
sure. Wait a minute, yep. Pick a day.
All those dates are fine with me. So Monday, the 15th was thrown out, was that?
I'm looking,
Or it's Tuesday. I mean, what I can do is whoever's doing it, I can email you just to make sure, because
Yeah,
I don't want to say yeah, and then I find out
Understood.
someone's having this huge meeting for 3 hours in there.
exactly. You have to make sure the room's available and all that.
okay. Well, I'm available that whole week, 15 through 19 of July,
Okay.
to do whatever.
So how about we just say it's 15th, 16th, or whatever works out for
The
staff,
19th, Okay.
and
How about
just
you, Hollis?
shoot us a note.
Uh,
I have a cousin coming.
Well, more than 3 is a quorum.
Oh, we can't
Calls
have
doesn't
one.
count as a quorum.
No,
No, I don't count. Which is
And
fine.
there's, that's,
Fine with me.
the amount that's left is pretty small, so we don't really need a
Okay.
big group.
What time?
10 o'clock?
10 o'clock.
Monday.
Well, we're
you
not
do it?
sure, I'll email
I
you
can't,
guys.
no. I play tennis on Mondays mornings.
So you're gonna send out an invite, Patty?
Yeah,
Okay,
so I'll do it to
thank you.
David, Jane,
Maybe that
to
week.
I
Hollis.
can't play on Monday. I mean, I
All right,
can.
well, I'll look for this, I'll look through Tuesday. Most actually work good, because I'm just
Again,
coming
that's
back.
okay, we don't need
How many
I
people
don't
do
a
you
whole
need?
lot, because it's
No,
gonna be
okay.
And if you
Okay.
can't
a
go-
very
The two
short
of you are
pile
gonna be
this
there,
time.
fine.
All right,
Something
so take
comes
out
up.
Sue.
Yeah.
Change the day. Comes some
But
other-
just let everybody know in case, you know, we went on
change the-
Tuesday
yeah,
or
change the day
Wednesday,
or
she
whatever,
could come.
okay.
Yeah.
And so I've started taking what's already been gathered and begun a report, which is gonna take a while to put together. But hopefully, and then it'll summarize everything with tables and maps.
I still think
Clarify.
the really cool thing to be able to do would be to recommend the dissolution of all those lot lines.
That's the goal.
Once we, you know, and that would have to go to the selectmen, I think.
There's probably going to be a couple of decisions to be made, and again, I'll prepare this report, and I'll summarize all the data, and then we'll review and discuss that as a commission to vote on. But recommendations that I likely see coming would be, we'll also review which of those paper roads have been dissolved and which haven't. Some of them are still showing in the GIS because the lots are still there.
Even though the
Between them.
roads are gone.
Even if the roads have been voted, so we'll have to sort through that. So the recommendations would be to clean up any unnecessary
Yeah, we were
paper
on that
routes that don't apply,
Yeah.
paper roads. Make sure the lots are all in the same ownership state so that they can be combined without any snags going down the road.
But if they're not, we could maybe rectify that for some of them.
Yes,
Yeah.
for all of them that are run by the town.
Mhm.
And then make proposals on what would make sense to be combined. So.
I think that'd be great.
But again, we'll worry about those recommendations when we have all the summarized data in front of us to make reasonable.
Okay, do you have anything else? David?
No, still, I know it's been a long time, but waiting for the final disposition and paperwork from the federal government on the money to be awarded for the Shost project along the road. It's not in question that it will be, it's just, it takes a long time because everything that's decided has to go back to the right bureaucracy in Washington and has to be approved and signed off on. And even here within the state, our grants sometimes take forever to get resolved. But, I mean, the state grants were already awarded, which included an LCHIP grant and a Moose Lake grant. Those awards were made last year. So this federal thing's going to be resolved sometime within the next year because there's a deadline on how far out you can push these things.
The wheels of government turn slowly.
Yeah, they do.
As long as they keep turning.
Yeah.
Okay, do we have anything else? Then we need a motion to adjourn.
Nope, I want to show you. Oh, there's a tree sign.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's the sign. Does
Oh,
anyone want to put it on the tree?
I might be hiking up it
They even
this
gave us screws.
weekend.
Wow.
I can do it then.
You want me to give it to
Yeah.
you? But that's the sign that he,
Then I'll have to go outside.
yeah. There is another formal, like certificate that came to the select board that they have.
So this is to go on the tree?
Yep, this is the one on the tree, unless you don't want to put it on, but that's the sign.
Okay.
no, I think we should.
Take
So
photos to document it.
Do you want me to put it on when you're hiking uphill, you see
oh,
it?
do you hiking
Yeah,
up from
or
the
from the
side?
down.
Yes,
No,
Yep.
hiking up, uphill.
uphill.
Yep.
Up.
Easy enough.
And take a picture of it.
Will
because
do,
Yes.
yeah.
It may not last
Document
there
it.
very long.
Yep.
From
Okay.
several angles.
Yep.
Do we have anything else?
And you were gonna bring up this,
Yeah,
getting the minutes,
yes.
hiring a transfer,
Yeah,
except to transcribe minutes. that We talked about earlier. I'm writing the minutes tonight. Gail has been doing it for years. She had to resign from doing it for some health issues. So right now we don't have a minute taker, so it's staff at the meetings are doing it. And we were really getting worried about planning and zoning because there's really no one that goes to zoning but Jack. So we were asking when the minute takers were going to be hired. And we all have it in our budget for a minute taker.
So planning's meeting tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Want me to bring it up again?
Yeah,
The
if you want to
first
bring it
one,
up, but
sure.
I know Barbara made a motion, I think
Yeah,
a letter went to the
right.
select board.
But I'll bring it up again, just to
Yeah,
keep it fresh in their memories.
Keep that wheel rolling.
I keep sending little suggestions, because there are a lot of people that, I think it would be a great part-time job, like you said, stay-at-home mom.
Okay.
That was it.
All set? Okay, we need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
We need a second. Susan? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstaining? Okay.